Paul, we're here on the fringes of the Dublin Tech Summit. Fáilte Ireland promote Ireland as a business tourism destination, which is a key segment of the inbound tourism market. Tell us a little bit about your activities in this area.
Thanks, Owen. Yes, so in the Commercial Development Division within Fáilte Ireland, our role is to work in the B2B channels to ensure that we maximise opportunities for the Irish industry to grow their overseas visitors. And a key area of that within the team is what we call business tourism and events, or Meet in Ireland.
That's the brand.
That's the brand. So Meet in Ireland is the brand under which Fáilte Ireland positions Ireland as a world-class business tourism destination. It's an Island of Ireland brand which is owned and managed by Fáilte Ireland, but it facilitates a partnership between ourselves, Tourism Ireland and Tourism Northern Ireland to maximise the results.
Great. And business travellers, they're so important to the tourism economy. I think I read they spend 3 times what an average leisure visitor spends. How can we attract more to the island of Ireland and you know to all the regions?
Yeah, so and it's a very lucrative segment. In fact, we're very fortunate to be have great support from the department, from our own authority and from our own leadership team. We've achieved an additional 1 million in extra funding for this segment in 2019.
Great. So what's the budget for Meet in Ireland or for business tourism in total?
So we'll invest about 6.5 million into attracting overseas business travellers in 2019. We'll directly employ about 25 people and have another 20 on third-party contracts, either here, overseas, or indeed through the various regional convention bureaus.
Great. And how do you go about, if you like, pitching Ireland to the overseas business tourism market? I mean, you must try and showcase our product as positively as possible.
Yeah, so again, the acronym for business tourism is MICE, meetings, incentive, conferences and events. We focus on the M, the I and the C. For conferences in particular, we would work what we would call bottom up and top down. So most association conferences would have articles of association which would insist that they rotate from different countries, that they have to hold an annual AGM and gathering of their members, and there are thousands of such conferences globally. So we would seek to identify a person of influence who is Irish, and we would work with them to become what we would call a conference ambassador. And then we would work with them, partner with them every step of the way to ensure that they can bid for and indeed host their association conference here in Ireland. Since 2009, we've actually recruited 3,000 corporate conference ambassadors, and they have brought in business worth over 1 billion to the Irish economy.
Very good, very good. And how good is the business tourism product here in Ireland in terms of hotels, conference venues, incentive activities? Are we as good as we could be and should be?
So look, our best tourism asset is our people. Our people within the meetings industry in particular are the most passionate professional industry that you could wish for, and that gives us an immediate, opportunity to sell Ireland when you have people who are so personable but yet so professional. Nature and our leisure brand certainly helps us sell Ireland as a business tourism destination. And talking to conference organisers, they would tell us that when Ireland is chosen as a destination, typically the delegate numbers gets a positive bounce of up to 20%, again because of our strong leisure brand. Some challenges that we do have, I suppose the biggest infrastructural challenge we had was lack of a national conference centre. Obviously, since 2009, with the significant investment by the state in the convention centre in Dublin, that has seen us actually transform our performance in business tourism. But there still remain some infrastructural challenges, one of which is lack of gala dinner venues of scale. And in fact, we will shortly roll out a 10 million capital investment programme to seek to establish gala dinner venues in the regions, but also in Dublin to overcome that deficit.
Yeah, so a large conference or large incentive both needs the meeting space, but also needs, if you like, the downtime and the social space in a particular type of venue that appeals to them.
Absolutely. So typically the centrepiece of any large association conference is that gala dinner. So without, typically people like to get out from the hotel or the convention centre for that gala dinner. We compete with cities across Europe who have fantastic palaces and public buildings, museums and so on. Unfortunately, we don't have that type of venue of scale. So when we talk of scale, we're talking 1250 plus delegates in Dublin or 650 delegates in Dublin. So we're looking for 2.
Yeah.
And then in the regions, typically we need a venue of 300 to 350 people plus.
So are you looking to partner with a site or a venue that has that sort of potential at the moment?
We're looking at a number of venues that could offer the potential with some investment. Some are in private ownership and some are in public ownership.
Great.
As I say, we've been very fortunate to have 10 million ring-fenced for that.
Yeah.
And we're very positive that we will find some excellent solutions.
Yeah, and a good outcome. How's business tourism doing at the moment? I saw some CSO data for 2018 which showed that business tourist numbers were down, I think, 4% for the year. Leisure tourism, of course, is up significantly. So is business tourism doing as well as it could be into Ireland, or could we be doing better?
So in the last 5 years, business tourism into Ireland has grown by about 40%. We have very ambitious plans to grow that to 1 billion by 2025. So 2017, which is the last year we actually have figures for, 2018 is still provisional, we had 760 million value on business tourism into Ireland. Now of that, about 411 million is actually what we call promotable.
Yeah.
And promotable is where Fáilte Ireland plays and invests. We seek to continue to grow that by 9% year on year into Ireland, and indeed by 15% year on year into regional Ireland. So business tourism is actually performing very strongly.
Yeah.
The CSO data would account for same-day corporates who aren't promotable. And as I'm sure you're aware, it looks like same-day visits into Ireland will actually be down by about 11% year on year.
Yeah.
Some of that can be attributed to the corporates from Britain and Brexit. But certainly on the promotable business tourism, it's a very good news story, very positive. In fact, we've had the best ever start to 2019 within Fáilte Ireland. This year we will generate leads worth 350 million for future years, and we will convert 215 million worth of business for the year.
Great, and long may that continue. Fáilte obviously do great work in this space, but collaboration must be key across agencies, with government, with the department, but also with the industry itself. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I suppose I'm fortunate in the industry that we play in terms of business tourism, in that it's very tangible and very measurable. But at the same time, we don't own any product, we don't sign contracts. So we absolutely depend on the ambition of our industry. We depend on their significant investment that they make, both at sea, overseas and at home. But we operate under what we call our Business Tourism Working Group, which is chaired by Stephen Meehan, the Chief Executive at the Convention Centre. And actually, just to say, our outgoing chair was Sue Uda from the ITIC, who has been there for 3 years and did wonderful work. But that working group essentially is our industry liaison grouping. We have sectoral representatives from IHF, from ITOA, from AIPCO, which is the Professional Conference Organisers Association of Ireland, includes venues, includes the regions, and through that platform we ensure that we're focusing in on the right challenges, the right opportunities to continue to achieve our ambition to 2025.
Great, and collaboration is key. Paul, thank you for your time, and I know you're going back to the Dublin Tech Summit where you have a role to play in that, so best of luck with the work ahead.
Thank you.